Don, 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 Don. I haven't done one of these broadcasts in over a month, Don, but as your unofficial advisor, I have to say, look at the last couple of months, Don. An uninterrupted series of failures and embarrassing gaffes, Don. Gaffes, Gaffs. That means something that's stupid. Don, I don't see how, as the president, how you can, everything that you touch, you ruin or destroy. Take the Iran war, Don. Take the Iran war. You launched that without involvement by Congress because they're too yellow. They're too cowardly. It's a ceasefire. Now it isn't. Now it is. Now it isn't. It's a peace treaty, right? Now it isn't. Now it is. Now it isn't. This has gone on week after week of this. Don, you promised to keep us out of a war. Now you can't get out, okay? And the MOU, the Memo of Understanding, Don, what you called the bogus peace deal with Iran, there was never any understanding between us and Iran, or us and Iran and Israel. You bombed them. Understanding, Don? Iran, they're Muslim. We're mostly a Christian country, and Israel is Jewish. There's no understanding, Don. There will never be any understanding. It's a mirage, okay? You're bungling, Don. It'll increase the strength of Iran with no concessions from them. Okay, and that's just the beginning, Don. You backed the basketball team, the Knicks. They're called, Don. The Knicks. They lost. It's now called the Trump curse, okay? And you interfered inappropriately in the World Cup soccer match, and the USA team lost. Now soccer fans around the world, they mock you, and the US seems to be, to them, a case of a weak country being led by a moron, okay? Good work, Don. Now, let's move on to the 250th birthday of America, Don. Oh, that's rich. That's rich. A group of Nazis wearing masks and carrying Confederate flags, they paraded at the event. And at your state fair, Don, your state fair, because of the heat, some people were taken away in ambulances to the hospital with heat prostration. And other people, they had to seek shelter from thunderstorms, Don. Then to top it off, Don, for the fireworks display, most fireworks displays, Don, they have what's called a finale where they launch a lot of fireworks at the end. You know how that works, and that's the way to do it. But because you have this obsession with bigness being the biggest of everything, you did the finale for the whole show. The whole fireworks display. It was supposed to be the largest fireworks display ever seen in the history of the world. A nonstop finale in fireworks. And the result was, Don, a toxic cloud of poison gas that positioned itself right over Washington, D.C., and where for a time, Washington, D.C. had the worst air quality in the world. Millions of people had to breathe this poison gas, Don. because of you. Now, Don, the reflecting pool, the reflecting pool. It shouldn't have been an issue, Don, but you made it an issue, and then you made it into a scandal, okay? And you farmed the job out to an incompetent crony of yours. And the reflecting pool, it became an open sewer, a cesspool of biological rot, algae blooms, and peeling paint, and rancid crap. Okay, good work, Don. Good work. In a way, though, ironically, the reflecting scum pool, it became an appropriate symbol, okay, of your regime. Don, look, you used to be a bad man, okay, a compulsive, vicious narcissist, a liar, a con man, a sadist, a sexual predator, a draft dodger, elected because of the stupidity and the cowardice of voters. But you're now a bad man who is also sick. You have frontal lobe dementia. You walk stooped over. You stay up all night making crazy tweets, and then in the day during meetings you fall asleep. Okay? You become confused. You don't know where you are. You begin to wander off, and you have to be taken by the arm by someone to guide you back into place. And sometimes it's foreign world leaders who guide you back to where you're supposed to be during a visit, because you'll wander off. Now, Don, you said during a recent press conference that missiles had been launched in the Strait of Hormuz by the Islamic Republic of Japan. Don, the Islamic Republic of Japan? Then, at a press conference, you said, you talking to reporters, you said, you called the visiting Vladimir Zelensky of the Ukraine, you called him Vladimir Putin, his enemy. You said to the reporters, do you have any questions for Putin? Don, Zelensky is not Putin. Okay? Now, Don, look. To some people, bad is good. Okay? That's how you got elected. You know, the haters, the racists, the sexists, bad is good. But to reasonable people, among your diminishing supporters, they will finally have to face the ugly truth here. This is not an issue of right versus left philosophy, conservatism versus liberalism, how to best run the country. This is an issue of simple human decency and common sense. And Don, it's only going to get worse, okay? So you're not fit to be the president, Don, okay? You need to be removed. Okay? Look. All right. Bye-bye.